Hi guys, how are you doing? I hope you're fine. Today is tutorial day, so I did this halo cut crease and I used blues and greens from the Jaclyn Hill with Morphe palette, the original one, which I love. And now I'm going to show you how I did the look. Stay tuned. To stop the creasing of the eye look, I'm always using a primer. This is the Soft Ochre from MAC. Next step is to set that base with a face powder. This time I'm using the Bare Minerals pressed powder in translucent. For this eye look, I decided to go with the Jaclyn Hill palette with Morphe, the original one. And the first color I'm taking is a crease one. It's called Puter or Poter, I'm not quite sure, but it's quite pretty and matte. So this is going to be the lightest eyeshadow I'm going to put on my crease, and I'm starting with the outer corner and gradually going inwards. At the moment I'm being a bit messy with this eyeshadow, but it really doesn't matter because I'm going to do that cut crease afterwards and I'm going to clean up everything. It doesn't belong there. The brush I'm using here is a 224, a Luxe crease brush. Next eyeshadow is also a matte one and it's called Central Park. This eyeshadow is perfect to deepen up the crease area, and I'm quite happy that she put it in this palette because I'm using it all the time exactly for this purpose. The brush I'm using here is the 227 from Ziva. Next I'm using a matte black eyeshadow which is called Abyss, and it's more for the outer part and inner part of the eye. The small blending brush I'm using is from Sigma, the E36. I want for this look the inner corner and the outer corner of the eye to be very intense and black. The concealer I'm using for the cut crease work is the Perfect Match from L'Oreal in the lightest shade. It doesn't really matter the shade of it. I'm putting a bit on the back of my hand and I'm taking also my favorite brush for this, and I'm starting the work, the cut crease work. I'm doing like a halo look, so I'm going to cut the crease accordingly. I'm not going to go into the inner corners and outer corners of my eyes. That's what I mean. I'm staying clear of them. To prevent the creasing on this area, I'm tapping a bit of that face powder from the beginning. This beautiful indigo eyeshadow is called Twerk, and I'm going to put this on the outer parts of the cleanup work I did. I'm doing tapping motions with all the eyeshadows I'm going to put on the mobile lid because I want the most intensity there. I want the whole focus on that area. Pool Party is a aquamarine eyeshadow, and the color of it is very beautiful, very intense, popping and shimmery. I think it's fitting for this area of the eyelid. I'm putting this on the very edge of the indigo eyeshadow and I think they go really well together. I quite love it. Then I'm reapplying a bit of that matte black eyeshadow because I feel like I've lost a bit from the intensity by applying the indigo eyeshadow. I want the black corners to be black, so this is what I'm doing. For the center of the lid, I thought to use Diva, which is like a greyish khaki eyeshadow, and I was a bit unimpressed with it because it didn't cover. In the pan it looks to be quite a beautiful eyeshadow, but it doesn't transfer the same on the lid. Although I did try to use the finger to tap it with the finger, it didn't work, so I changed it. The eyeshadow I chose to use is Obsessed, which is like a very pretty champagne rosy color, and this is the 208 brush from Kiko. I'm using next a mascara from Bourjois, the Volume Reveal one in black. I went next for the Luxie Lash False Lashes in Grace. As always, I'm leaving the eyes for now. I'm going to come back to them later, but now I'm doing the base, and I used the moisturizer from La Roche-Posay and now a face primer, the Indefectible from L'Oreal. My foundation is the Infallible Total Cover Foundation from L'Oreal in the shade 302. This is a full coverage foundation and it has a matte finish. I'm applying it with a dampened Real Technique sponge. Then I'm using a concealer from Maybelline, the Fit Me range, and it's in the shade 10. I wanted to be extra covered, so I did apply a bit more than I normally do. I used it underneath the eyes, on the chin, nose and forehead. With a dampened mini sponge from Real Techniques, I went over the concealed area with the powder from the beginning from Bare Minerals. To the rest of my face I didn't apply any because this foundation is really matte and my complexion is dry. Then I took Hoola from Benefit as my bronzer and I applied it with a Bare Minerals brush on the usual areas, on the cheekbones, forehead, on the chin, and also as my contour for the nose. Then from the Nip and Fab Travel palette for fair complexions, I took a contour shade, this one, and I gave dimension to the cheekbones with it, and afterwards I mixed it with the Hoola from Benefit for the nose and chin. Then I took the blusher from the same palette on a Real Techniques blusher brush and I applied it on the apples of my cheeks. The highlighter came next, and this is a small tapered brush from e.l.f. Now that I'm finished with the base, I can move on to the eyes again. So I'm taking Chip, which is a warm brown, for underneath the eyes. To make that area even more intense and black, I'm applying the same matte black from the palette underneath the eyes as well. I'm sorry for the unfocused moment, I haven't noticed it. As my inner corner highlighter and underneath the brows as well, I am using Faint, which is very shimmery. For the inner rims of my eyes, I'm using a liner from Too Faced and it's called Perfect Black, and I love this formula because it's like a gel one and it's also waterproof. The mascara I'm always using for the bottom lashes is the MAC Extended Play Mascara in black, and I love it because it is waterproof, it's not transferring. For the brows I went with the Anastasia Beverly Hills Pomade in medium brown. The brush I'm using here is actually an eyeliner brush, but I do like it more for this step than for the eyeliner work. The lipstick is from Kiko, it's an older one and I can't remember the name of it, I don't have it here with me, but if someone is interested I can check that and put it in the description bar later. So just write me in the comment section if you are interested, okay? So everyone, as always, I hope you liked the look. Give me a thumbs up if you did, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and follow me on social media as well if you wish. I am on Instagram, on Facebook, and on Vero. This is new, so I'm going to see you in my next tutorial. Bye!